After I saw Abraham in Glendale, Source made me attracted to Kitao, but it wasn't fully manifested, and now he doesn't want to talk to me. I'm confused as to why Source was attracted to him and wanted me to make out with him. Was I to learn a lesson from almost manifesting this relationship?
Do you like the law-based pattern notion that you are here as translators of vibration into reality, that you are spinning the straw that you might call vibration into the gold that you call your creative lives, and that you do it by molding the clay, by molding the energy with your mind? So do you like the idea of being a creator? And do you like the idea of ongoing creating? Do you like the idea of understanding how creation happens, having an idea and then having an emotion and then following it out and seeing how it plays out? In other words, don't you want to show yourself how to use the tools of your environment to your greatest advantage? And the biggest question of all that we have for you is, how do you know what you really want until you know what you really don't want? So does it make sense to you that contained in an experience would be not only the satisfaction of some things wanted, but a clarification of more things wanted? In other words, do you like to make out? Doesn't everyone? In other words, do you like that?
Yeah, it was great. Source really picked out the right guy. It was pretty cool.
Well, so what we're getting at is, do you like the feeling of not being able to control your own conditions of desire? In other words, we'll put it in a more blunt way. Do you want the universe to pick out for you someone who doesn't want you?
No.
So in that experience, what desire was launched within you? What do you now want more clearly than ever before?
Someone who will love me back.
Someone who's ready, someone who's been evolving in their vortex like you've been evolving in yours, who's really ready for all that you want. And so while some of the components of what you want were satisfied there are more to be satisfied. And in that experience, you launched more rockets of greater clarity. And so your vortex of creation now holds more continuity and more clarity than it did before you had that experience. You see what we're getting at? Mm-hmm. And so the big question is, does it feel wise to feel disappointed over contrast that brings clarity? Or does it feel wise to feel appreciation for the clarity that contrast brings? A man had amassed quite a large empire of money and businesses. And then he had lost it all. And he was standing at a sort of mature age, lamenting what he had lost and regretting that what felt like his platform for getting more had been lost. And we said to him, you misunderstand. You are vibrationally as sound as you have ever been, and it is your vibrational platform from which more will come. But if you use this that feels like a loss as your focal point, so you focus in the direction of what you've lost instead of in the direction of what you want, then even though all of your resources are still intact, you don't allow yourself vibrational access to them. So you don't get the right feeling, you don't have good timing, and so forth. Another woman said,
I have a question.
I'm traveling from New York to California. I want to be a painter for Hollywood. And while I was traveling, someone broke into my car and stole my portfolio, so I have nothing to show. And we said, your portfolio did not represent who you are offering now. Your portfolio had everything that you ever thought was good forevermore in it, and it is not a good representation of who you now are. So what we're saying to you, you are, because of that relationship, now a better representation of who you now are. And now the universe can match a better partner with you now that you've added this clarification to the mix. Unless you look at it as a defeat and hold yourself vibrationally off from who you really are. So even though your inner being's offering you all the guidance about what you want and where it is and where he is and how to get there and what to do next, you're not getting it because you're vibrationally off kilter, because you're misunderstanding what happened. You're calling it a failure rather than an adding to the vortex success. So you want to say to somebody like that, thank you so much for being so much that I wanted and so much that I didn't want. Thank you for helping me to focus myself into alignment. Thank you for helping me find the relationship with my vortex that I needed to find. Thank you for realizing I can't rely on you, the condition of you, as my object of attention in order to get what I want, because you don't hold what I want. I have to find this vibrational version and hold steady to it, and then the universe will deliver to me a condition that matches that vibrational version that I'm holding steady to. Don't let these conditions be what you focus on. It just holds you in that unsteady place on a really consistent basis. Did you hear that? That was so good, wasn't it? So thank you, all of you who didn't hold all of the components that I'm really wanting, for helping me to identify what I really want. But even more, thank you, guidance system, for helping me to know whether I'm focused here for what I want or whether I'm focused here for what I want. Focus on your vibrational version and find the vibrational essence of this love affair that you are wanting, and hold to it until you own it and know it, and the universe has to deliver to you a condition that satisfies every single thing. So now, more questions for you. Do you think you've had enough experience to have identified every single thing you want in your forever and ever and ever relationship?
No.
Of course not. So do you want to rush to the imperfect? Or do you want to take your time on your way to the perfect relationship?
Yes.
Yeah. One more trick. The perfect relationship that you seek is the one with your inner being. And you're just using the other people in your life to find that. It's that satisfaction that comes from alignment. And so the tricky thing is, especially in love and especially on Valentine's Day, is that you want the condition to just focus on, so that you can hold the vibration that will take you to what you want. And we say it's backwards. It will backfire 100% of the time. What you want to do is thank everybody that helped you decide what you want, and then focus upon the relationship with who you really are and how that feels. And so you are holding yourself consistently in that vibration of satisfaction. And then as you own that on a consistent basis, everything that matches that then flows into your experience. It's not the other way around.